Hey everybody. Today we are going to start our holiday appetizers videos. Holiday appetizer videos. The first one that I wanted to show you is a more savory type appetizer or finger food. And it's called spicy Alabama firecrackers, or some people just call them spicy crackers, and some people just call them firecrackers. You're going to need a whole box of saltines. This is, let's see, a 1 pound box. You need 4 sleeves of crackers is what you need. You do not have to use name brand if you don't want to. This is what I had. This is what we're going to use. There's several recipes I could go by, so I just tried to pick one that was the most simple. And this is going to be an overnight recipe, so hopefully everything will work out good, and you'll completely understand and get it and everything. First thing you're going to need is 2 gallon-sized Ziploc bags.
Making plans, what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you. 'Cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay.
Set that one aside. Need to empty these. Go ahead and tear this one open and get that done out of the way. I've tried these before, but I've never made them myself. I doubt it's a southern thing, but then again, the only people I've ever known to make it were southern cooks. I've never ever seen it anywhere else. So my main thing this season is trying to find recipes and appetizers, stuff like that we can do. Oh, I lost a cracker. That we can do on the cheap or on a budget, because times are getting hard, and we still want to celebrate and do kind of what we've done before, but where a lot of people just don't have the money. They want to do it, but they can't. So this literally is crackers and some seasoning, some oil, and some ranch dressing mix. So we should be able to handle that, I think. The only thing with this is it requires a good amount of oil, cooking oil, and the recipe does call for olive oil, and I wanted to use olive oil, but I don't have enough. So I'm going to have to use canola. You could use either oil. I have seen several recipes with olive oil, some with canola. Olive oil is better for you, so I would typically do that, but I do not have enough to make this, and I need 4 cups of oil. So it takes, 2 cups of oil. It takes a good amount. So we have our 16 ounces of crackers set aside in Ziploc bags, and now we're going to work on the seasoning mix that we need for the recipe. Okay, so the first thing that we need, 2 cups of oil, and it's just easier to doing it in one of these glass measuring cups. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put all your spices in here with the oil, and then you're going to mix it together, and then you're going to split it amongst the 2 bags, and then I'll show you what to do next. Let me try to find it. Oh yes, I'm trying to find my small one. Hold on just 1 second. Alright. Next thing, we need to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So you're going to need garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, ranch dressing mix. So 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And you're going to need red pepper flakes, of course. And then we need 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Maybe I won't mess this up. Okay. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. packets of ranch seasoning mix, and I'm just using the generic. Walmart sells them for like really, really cheap. I want to say they're 50 cents a piece, but I'm not sure. And prices, you know, with prices going up right now, they may have went up. But you give me until next year and I'll probably come up with a variation on this. I'm sure of it. Alright, and next thing, 3 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And y'all stick around because next year we're gonna make a few changes, and you're gonna start seeing my face a lot more instead of me hiding behind the camera. We're working on those changes right now, so hopefully by the start of the new year all that'll be fixed up and ready. Alright, hopefully this is gonna work well. So you whisk all this together just to combine them, which shouldn't be too difficult. It's literally oil and, you know, seasonings. Okay? Now, you take half of it. And you know it's 2 cups worth. Seal it up. Try to get as much air out of it as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're just going to kind of do this whole little thing here. And you're wanting it to coat it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these on my counter. And throughout the day, I'm going to just, see how they're looking? I'm just going to kind of, you know, just kind of massage them a little. Make sure that they're getting coated. Alright, and then we have our last bag. That one's really going to be spicy because I think everything settled to the bottom. And that's okay. You know, my husband doesn't like spicy stuff, but yet he loves these. It doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. It's another video for another day. So let's go squeeze the air out of that too. Alright, and then we're going to coat that too. Okay, and then tomorrow, we gotta let it sit overnight. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to show you what they look like. And then tell you the next step. They're supposed to be the best things ever. Now, some people say you let them sit overnight and you do not have to bake them. But I think they're going to taste better baked, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is all day long, I'm just going to see how they're sitting. I'm going to let the oil run down the bag. And I'm going to flip them over, let it run back. Try to get it all, because I want all those crackers coated. Okay? I'll see you back here tomorrow. Okay, we got done with the crackers. This morning, I went ahead and baked them. I didn't show that process, but basically, you know, they had soaked up most of the oil. I think in one of the bags there was just a little bit of oil left. So you take them out of the bag and you come over here to the cookie sheet or the baking sheet and you set the crackers just like this in a single layer. So you're going to have to do it in batches. You know, line them up. And what you want to do is, the recipe said to put them on a baking rack on a full line sheet. That's what I did. I did it for 250 for 15 minutes. And I had to do it in 3 or 4 batches. I can't remember. We were trying not to eat them as we went, but of course we did. So that's what we did. I didn't even wait for them to cool to come off of the pan. So it did great. They taste phenomenal. I understand now why they mean they're addictive, because they are. They're really good. These didn't have cheese in them, so it's just spices, oil, crackers. I think that was all, and some ranch packet seasoning mix. So I mean, if you can eat all those things, you should be able to eat it just fine. So it's really, really good. and it's a really good snack, and it's really good to give as gifts or, you know, appetizers, you know, along with all your other things for the holidays. It would be a really good idea, and it's really cheap, so that's good. All right, well, we'll see y'all next time with our next little appetizer idea. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do pecan pie mini muffins. You can do these in a regular muffin tin if you wish. It's just going to make less of the amount. I think we're going to do about 2 dozen today. It'll only make about a dozen if you do a regular size muffin tin. So first thing, we're going to go ahead and put a 1/2 cup of flour in our bowl, 1 cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to whisk this together to try to get any lumps out. I'm going to go ahead and put in my butter. It'll be a whole stick of butter. Whole cup of chopped pecans. A little bit of salt. 2 eggs beaten. Couple teaspoons of vanilla. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350. Let me get my muffin tins. Stick this in the oven, and it is supposed to cook for 12 to 15 minutes, and then we're supposed to let them sit in the pan for 5 minutes before we attempt to take them out. All right, I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, these are the finished products. I had a lot of trouble getting them out of the pan, even though I sprayed the pan and everything, even though they have a ton of butter in them. So beware when you make them. They taste great, but they're really hard to get out of the pan. Alright, I'll see y'all next time. Okay, y'all. So for this appetizer, you are going to need a box of Cheez-Its. This is called firecracker Cheez-Its. So you're going to need a box of Cheez-Its. You're going to need 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. You need to do your dressing mix. So if it's homemade, it's like 3 teaspoons. I'm sorry, 3 tablespoons. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to do crushed red pepper instead of ground red pepper. And we need 2 teaspoons of that. It's 1 and 2. Okay. Now, I'm going to whisk it together. Now, I bought a big box of Cheez-Its, and I just got the cheap ones, so I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm going to take about half of the box. Stir that and see if it's probably be best to use a cooking spoon. I always line my cookie sheets because I like to do that. You don't have to. And you have to spread them out in a single layer best you can. And what I'll do is I'm going to bake them for 10 minutes at 250 degrees, and then I'm going to kind of toss them a little bit, and then we're going to put them back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, this is the Cheez-Its out of the oven. You need to let them cool. You can eat them warm, but you may need to let them cool a little bit because they're a little bit too hot. And you just store them in an airtight container We always keep ours in the fridge, but they typically don't last long anyway. But they're perfect for parties. They're perfect for gift giving. Anything that you can think of, these would be perfect for that. Alright, let's do our next appetizer. Okay, y'all, so your next appetizer will be bacon wrapped sausage bites. I did use the little smokies for this instead of getting the big smoked sausage and cutting it. We're going to see how it goes. May have to adjust my cooking time because these are a little bit smaller. But we're going to go ahead with it anyway. So you're going to need a 14-ounce package of smoked sausage. Like I said, you could get the big sausage link or you can get the little smokies. Just on little smokies, you may have to adjust your time, cooking time. So you're going to have to kind of watch them. You're going to need about a pound of thin sliced bacon. I just picked up some bacon from Aldi that wasn't thick. So we're just going to go with that. You're going to also need a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, so what I need the bowl for is I'm going to take the sausages and put them in here. Okay, I need a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of chili powder. I wanted to do this first since we've already got like little sausages. Alright, and then we're going to take a cutting board and a knife. You need to take one of your sausages. Go ahead and put a toothpick in it. Make sure I'm in view. Okay. I'm going to take a piece of bacon. And we're going to have to make sure how much we need to cut. So let's see if this will fit. Needs to overlap just a little bit, and you'll stick the toothpick in to secure it. Okay, and then I've already got a lined cookie sheet off to the side over here that I'm going to fill up. recipe up to this point. It was pretty easy. That's why I chose these different appetizers, just because they're real simple, something really quick that you can do for anything, even if it's just because, you know, because sometimes we have, you know, some of these appetizers just because we can, not because there's a party, just because they're good and we have a hankering for it. And you can do that too. You don't have to do it just for an occasion. Alright, now I'm about to sprinkle some brown sugar all over this. You're going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 20 minutes or until the bacon is crisp and the sausage is done. Kind of keep an eye on it, especially if you're going to do the little cocktail smokies, just to see if everything's going okay. Because like I said, you may have to adjust the cooking time on those. We're fixing to find out. Alright, see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, this is the finished product straight out of the oven. Try to find the perfect one. There it is. Perfectly done. Perfect appetizer or finger food for any occasion. Okay, today I'm going to show you my favorite cranberry jalapeno dip. It requires you to purchase some fresh cranberries, which are in abundance this time of year. And it's a real simple recipe, and it's cream cheese based, so if you have a problem with any of the cream cheese type things, it's probably not the recipe for you. It's real easy to do, and usually we serve it with rich crackers, but this year I'm going to use the Wasa multigrain crackers, and I'll show a picture of those at the end so that you can see what I'm talking about. Only because I try to be as healthy as possible, and this dip is very addictive and you're going to eat tons of it. So that means tons of rich crackers. So let me go ahead and get started. I went ahead and chopped up my cranberries and jalapenos in my food chopper. The recipe tells you not to do that because it would be too liquidy, but I've never had a problem with it and it saves me time. So you need 12 ounces of fresh cranberries chopped. You need 1 to 2 fresh jalapeno peppers chopped. I only put one big one in. We do like it spicy, but we don't want it too bad. It does call for cilantro. That's optional. You can add 2 tablespoons of cilantro, but we don't like cilantro, so you can leave that out. So we've got that chopped and ready. So let's set that aside and work on our cream cheese. The cream cheese, they say use whipped, but I have used softened block type cream cheese, and that's what I did today. So I went ahead and took them out of the packages. You need 2 8-ounce bricks, and I have softened them so they'll be a little bit easy for me to work with. And you need to add to this your 3/4 cup or 1 cup of sugar, but instead I'm going to use an alternative sweetener to cut back on the sugar. You can do either one you want, whatever sweetener you want. I wouldn't recommend brown sugar or anything like that. So you just mix this up. You could probably do it with a mixer, a hand mixer, but if you've got softened cream cheese, you could probably just stir it with a spoon. It's going to be a layered type dip, so that's why I'm working on the cream cheese layer right now. We've already worked on chopping up the cranberries and jalapenos and set those aside so that that'll be our top layer. So let's stir this up. Alright, so we got our sweetener added. Like I said, you can use sugar. It's a little bit too grainy for me with the sugar, and I want to kind of cut back on sugar with all the other stuff that we're eating during the holidays that's sugar laden. It does call for a tablespoon of lemon juice, so let me add that. Okay, so you mix all that together. Let's get our, I used to use a pie pan, glass pie pan. I use a lot of glass dishes. I just like it better. Cleanup is easier to me. So you take it out of your mixing bowl and you get all of it out, spread it in the bottom of this pie pan. Spread it in there. And spread that in there. Okay, so now we have our cream cheese, our sweetened cream cheese in the bottom of the pie plate. You just take your cranberries and your jalapenos. Remember that. They're all in there together. Now you don't have to mix them like that. I have tried them different. To me, it's all the same. And you can actually chop them to where, or mince the jalapenos to even smaller. I just did a coarse chop. I'm probably going to regret that later, but that's what we did this time. And it makes a really pretty presentation. You probably need like a prettier dish than what I've chosen, but it's red and green. Perfect for the holidays. And for garnish, we just need to use some green onion. And that's it. Real simple and real yummy. Okay, so this is another family favorite. It's a creamy crab and red pepper spread. And we put it on Ritz crackers, but you could probably put it on vegetables like celery if you wanted to. It does have fish in it, so if you're allergic, you know, probably wouldn't be a good idea to use this. Maybe there's something that you could use as a substitute, but I really don't know what that would be. Anyway, so it says on the recipe that you could use an 8-ounce tub of cream cheese, but again, I just use brick, soften it in the microwave. It does fine. One 8-ounce brick is good. You need this crab meat. It comes canned, and you just drain it. You're supposed to use a 6-ounce can, and that's what this is a 6-ounce can. So you just empty that into the bowl. It comes with this paper liner. I'm not really sure what that's about. I guess it won't react with the metal. I don't know. So we just get all that out of the can, because you're going to need every last little morsel, because these cans are so little. Okay. Alright, so after that, you need to add, you can mix it up a little bit. And go ahead and add some, this is sharp cheddar cheese. You're supposed to use a 1/2 cup. We put in just a teeny bit extra. That's okay. Doesn't need to be tons and tons of cheese, but a little extra's fine. Then you stir it all up. And you can put chopped red peppers in it. Bell peppers. My family's not a big fan. And I didn't want to buy a whole red bell pepper, you know, to put in this, just for it to really go to waste. So, and it's still delicious, so you don't even need it. But you do need one more thing, and you need some Dijon mustard. You just need a tablespoon, okay? And so a tablespoon of Dijon, and you just mix it together. That's it. And it is delicious. We really, really like it. It's really hard right now for me to find any crab meat. I found one can. So usually this is made, like, I double or triple this usually. And that's all you have to do. Cover it with some saran wrap and put it in the fridge. And you refrigerate it for 1 hour. Oh, almost forgot. Sprinkle it with some green onions. And those can be left off if you don't want to put those in it. Then saran wrap it, put it in the fridge, and you're done. You can serve it with crackers. Okay, so this next dip is spinach artichoke dip. And it's also just as easy. I didn't have a pie plate to spread this on. So let's try to do it the best that we can with this baking dish. This is an 8-ounce brick softened just like before. You can use whipped, just make sure you get 8 ounces. Cream cheese does not have anything in it. Your yummy part's coming up with the next layer. And this is gonna be more of a hot dip. So I've already showed you a sweet dip, sweet spicy with our cranberry. And then I showed you a cold one with the crab. And this one is gonna be warm. These are perfect for any holiday get-togethers or parties. Okay, so there's our cream cheese spread in the bottom of whatever dish you're going to use. You can set that aside. Get your spinach. The spinach is not cooked. You just thaw it and you squeeze the water out of it because it has a lot of water that comes with it. So it needs to be completely thawed. You can use a 10-ounce bag or box, frozen chopped spinach, thawed, and squeeze all the water out. You also need a jar of marinated artichoke hearts, drained and chopped. Do not buy regular artichoke hearts. They have to be marinated. They're seasoned and they taste real good. You can either get them like that or get them in water. If you get them in water, you're not going to have that seasoning. So I've already got the artichoke hearts out, drained, and I've already chopped them, so I'm going to add those to my spinach. And then I went ahead and shredded some mozzarella cheese. You need a 1/2 cup. You also need a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I buy this Parmesan cheese. I do not use spaghetti cheese. So this to me is real, where the spaghetti cheese is just some sort of powder. I don't even know what it is. And to the cheeses, you need to add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Let's see there, got that. And you can just kind of stir it up a little. And add that to your vegetables. And where's my spoon? The Parmesan cheese, you are supposed to, the recipe says sprinkle at the end, but I accidentally added it. That's fine. It still eats the same, it still tastes the same, it's still good. So just mix everything together best you can. Just use a regular old spoon to mix it. Doesn't require any other heavy equipment. Okay. And then we get our cream cheese mixture. We put this on top. Spread it out on top. The recipe says to microwave it, but I have put it in the oven before to melt the cheese and to warm it. You're just trying to warm it and melt the cheese. You're not trying to cook anything or scorch anything or anything like that. And that's it. Okay, so I told you at the end of this I would show you the crackers that I was talking about. These are the Wassa crackers. This one's multigrain. I think you can get them in several different types or flavors. But I'm just using this for us to cut down on carbs. And it's still a cracker, if that makes sense. But like I said, you can use vegetables. Some of these are soft. And you can use, well, really, I mean, they're all kind of soft. So you can just use whatever. You're going to have a hard time with the jalapeno dip, the cranberry dip, I mean, because it doesn't hold together. So it'll be really hard without a cracker. But these are the crackers that I was talking about. And they don't really cost so much. I think they were like $2 and something at Walmart. All right, now to the finished product so you can see those. Okay, there you go. All your easy holiday appetizers. Perfect for any party. Doesn't have to be Christmas or New Year's. It could be any time of the year. Most of these products you could get any time of the year except for maybe the cranberries. And there you go.